I learned my first programming language at 18. Unlike everyone in the internet, I didn't master programming at 8 years old and solve 1,000 lead code problems at 13. I don't even know what lead code is supposed to be. I just heard that buzzword in the internet, and even though I watch tech videos occasionally, I never went down the effort to actually learn how to program. And also, I made the choice to enroll as a computer science student in university. And we know what's happening with CS graduates right now. That's why I tried to learn my first programming language before I entered as a freshman student. And for a few days, I was having a hard time trying to decide what to learn first and decided to learn Python because apparently that's the easiest programming language. I asked Claude where to find resources to learn Python and suggested Harvard CS50P. And I was also enticed by the fact that it gives out free certificates after finishing it. I then opened up the course and started learning. At the start, I promised myself to invest 3 hours every single day to eventually build a habit. And in the lectures, what I did to fully understand whatever this guy was saying was to actually take handwritten notes and copied the examples to get the hang of programming. Then there came the problem sets. At first, I didn't think it would be that bad, but the challenging part wasn't how to write the code. It was trying to understand the documentations for the syntax that wasn't explicitly explained in the lectures. Some of the documentations for learning new libraries were the most challenging. Each library had its own unique documentation and way of doing things. But despite that, I pushed through and got the hang of it. I was also considering using AI to help me, but I made a promise to myself to struggle with the problem sets and only use AI for reflecting and asking questions after I've submitted the code. Of course, I wanted to talk to an expert instead of an AI, but I don't know anyone like that. And if I did ask in a community, most of the time it's answers that I barely understand or get made fun of. So for the rest of the learning process, AI was my best friend. After like 30 days, it was time for the last lesson, which was object-oriented programming. I really had a hard time understanding it because it felt unfamiliar, and I was drawn to just using simple functions that I could intuitively understand. Well, after that, it was time to create the final project where I had the freedom to build something on my own. And what I've been planning to build ever since before I started learning Python was an AI assistant like Jarvis. So I decided to learn new stuff that wasn't taught in the course. And after 2 weeks, I built nothing. I spent more time trying to understand new topics like setting up the right model for my specs and trying to decide what to use to host the AI, and also new stuff like RAG systems and a lot of functionalities that I wanted. But then reality hit. I wasn't ready. So I did what I've been trying to avoid the past 2 weeks, and that was downgrading the idea. So that's what I did. For a week, I made a new project which still used the same underlying technology, using Olama to host an AI in my computer, and created what I called Questify, which was basically just an AI chatbot that questifies or turns tasks into different quests, and I added some commands that you input to go into different modes. And I finished that quite easily, but I felt kind of disappointed that I didn't get to create what I first wanted. And then it was time to submit all my problem sets, and I received my free certificate. I was happy when I first got that certificate, but there was that feeling of imposter syndrome where I did enjoy learning Python and solving the challenging problems, but my first failed attempt at making a local AI agent goes to show the reality of how there's a lot more to learn, and I genuinely still want to learn more. And I'll continue documenting my journey through this channel, so I'd be happy if you subscribed. So, am I too late to learn Python at 18? I honestly don't know. But after a month of failing and standing back up again, what I truly learned is that despite not being a prodigy at coding, I still want to continue because I genuinely had fun learning. And I think only time could tell whether what I'm doing right now is the right thing, because the wrong thing is to keep thinking about the right thing to do and end up doing nothing.